Yo, what's up, boys? It is your boy Keystone. Welcome back to SBAA Nation. Let's freaking win. I got something special for you guys today. I am actually live in New Orleans at the Hyatt House, right down the street from the Superdome and the Smoothie Center, where we get to watch tomorrow night Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway, number 3. It's going to be a freaking banger. Just wanted to remind you guys what I did on the last freaking UFC card. This was not that long ago. It was a whole whopping, I think it was on Saturday. So like 7 days ago. Okay. We literally turned a 0.2 unit play into over 2 full units, boys. And we done stop there. Some of the safety part, this was a safety parlay. Okay. It was $1,000 in profit. We hit a little baseball play with Cody Bellinger, Gabriel Bonfim. Didn't have a ton of DFS action going, but you know what did happen? Look at this. A lot of my boys cashed out. A lot of you guys got this on the free plan. I gave this out for freaking free. Okay, we literally got the whole line done until the main event, and we were, a negative 350 favorite away from cashing this bad boy out. It was insane. A lot of my VIPs cashed out after the Bonfim fight, which probably was smart because we all kind of knew that Derek was live in that fight, and it is what it is, guys. But we had just an unbelievable night. When you hit a play like this for 0.2 units into over 2 full units, you're just banging. So I got a couple things for you guys today. I'm going to go over some props. I'm going to go over the fights and kind of give you like one prop in each fight very quickly. Not a full breakdown, but before we even get into that, look, I put 50 slots on this VIP UFC 318 weekend pass. That's going to get you picks through the 23rd. I think that today's only the 18th. So yeah, you're going to get baseball picks even after this event is over. But this is worth it just for the event. Just if you're betting on UFC, if you're a sportsbook user, I'm putting my reputation on the line by telling you, not DFS, just the books, guys. If we do not profit on the sports books on this UFC event, I'm literally going to give you VIP free through the rest of MLB season. No one on YouTube is doing that. No one has the confidence like I do. I've profited 11 of the last 14 UFC events, guys. Okay. There's not many guys on the internet that are going to send you the slips that are going to freaking cash. And we have a ton of freaking angles in this card. I'm excited about it. When I first saw the card, I was like, wow, I'm going to a pay-per-view event and this is it. But the more and more I've kind of looked at it, the more and more I think like this is going to be a fantastic freaking card. So let's start over on DFS, but then I'm going to run through every fight and kind of give you a prop. I mean, you can use these on the books too, guys. Okay. All right. So YouTube's getting real finicky about, going to the actual webpage. They don't seem to mind price picks, which is weird. But guys, I have a play set over on Underdog. Now they have a 50% MMA boost. Most of y'all probably have it. If you're not on there yet, you get a $1,000 deposit match when you use promo code SBAA. Let's get into the picks. So one prop I like a lot is Jimmy Crute to get over 1.5 takedowns. I think this is clearly going to be his path if he wants to win this fight. He's got to get to the mat. I kind of like him for submission too. Like I said, I'm not going to go like full on breakdown most of these fights, but I think this is a bargain. If it's at 2.5, you can always lower it to 1.5 for a slight less payout, of course. And then, Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. Wow. That's going to be a great fight. There is some money coming in on Kyler. I'm on team Vinicius, but I'll tell you what, 46.5, if you can still get it at that number. They might mix in some wrestling. It wouldn't shock me if one of them got a takedown each, something like that. But for the most part, I think this should be a competitive fight that's, and it's hopefully in the center of the octagon. 46.5 in a 3-round fight feels like a manageable number for Kyler. So we're going to roll that. And then I really like this Dan 46.5, same number actually. Significant strikes against Patricio Pitbull. I think that Patricio is going to try to wrestle, but I don't think he's going to have success. Ija's a UFC veteran. He knows how to defend takedowns. This number just feels a little low. I think it should be at about 56. I would play it up to about 55, 54 if this number has actually gone up. And then Max, guys, I got this line in the very beginning of the week for the VIP members. I got this at like 119 or maybe it was 124, but it's at 139 now, and I still don't mind it. Okay, it wouldn't shock me that if he had 2 rounds with 60 strikes in a round. So if this goes a full 5 rounds, which I predict it will, guys, you're looking at, he's going to blow right past this. I would smash Max Holloway over 139.5 strikes. I think this is a freaking fantastic money play. So those are a couple props I like. Like I mentioned, they have a boost on Underdog right now. I can't use it in Louisiana. I was just trying to do it on a different play, but I like these a lot, and I'll probably still send a little photo of like, hey guys, in the VIPs, like I can't use this, but this is a good setup. So let's kind of give you guys a little thought on every single fight. I'll either give you like who I think is going to kind of win it, or I'll give you like a prop I really like. Okay, so in this first fight of the night, I have a bad history. If you guys remember the Kansas City event, I took an over 2.5 with two girls fighting. I think it was Chelsea Chandler and Jocelyn Edwards. Sound about right? My buddy Jaime's over here. I had to like look over there for confirmation. This is another one that I think both these chicks actually have finishing upside. I think if Nicole gets it to the mat, she could definitely pull a submission. It's possible. And then Carly, she's just a pure striker. There's a chance she could get a knockout here, but I'm leaning Carly. I know there's a lot of people on Nicole. Carly is like a big favorite now. I think it's like 3-1. So, could be a decent parlay piece, but guys, I'm kind of over putting big money down on the first fight of the night, especially when my lady friends are involved. So this next fight going to be a banger. We got Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVee. Guys, this one probably ain't making it out of the first round. Bruno is a killer. He could win by KO. He could win by submission. I like Bruno to finish. And I definitely, McVee does have some finishing upside himself. So a very safe bet for this fight would be under 1.5 rounds, which is 7.5 minutes on your DFS apps. Okay. This is another banger right here. We got Ryan freaking Superman Spann against Lukas Bresky. And this is probably another one I don't think makes it out of the first round. I just don't. Both these guys could be Spann could be absolutely dangerous. I think he's live to get a sub or a potential KO in the first round here. I like the under 1.5 in both these fights a lot, boys. And then this one right here, I'll tell you what. This is a fight. Okay, all transparency, Jimmy Crute has not won a fight since 2020. But he's a 3-1 favorite. And against Marcin Proknia, this is a fight he probably on paper, realistically, should win, but it's still Jimmy Crute. So I do have him in, I think, one VIP play. Don't think I put any significant money down, but if I had to give you like a wild, like maybe like a longer, better odds, long shot on a fight like this, I like Jimmy Crute by sub. So does my buddy Jaime. Moving on, we got Dulatov making his UFC debut against Adam Fagit. Don't know a ton about Fagit, but I know that he's finishable, and I know Dulatov got a lot of hype around this guy. Could be a killer. We'll see. The fight time, it's right in the middle, but they're expecting this to be pretty much over under 1.5. So I would lean that again, 100%. Just hopefully we back the guy and he gets it done in his debut. These are some very violent fights right here. Robert Valentin versus Atebe Goitier. I think it's a French name, okay? This dude is one of the most athletic, just kind of like freak athletes that the UFC has. He's a prospect. This is going to be his second fight, and he got a knockout against a guy that doesn't get knocked out in his very first fight. Dude has tremendous power. Like I mentioned, just an awesome athlete. I don't see him getting taken down much here, if at all. I think this is going to be he's gonna have the ability to pick his spots, and this dude hits like a freaking freight train. You do not want to be on the receiving end of one of this dude's punches. So I like Goutier specifically by knockout. I wouldn't combo the sub or to finish. I just like him by KO. I think that's probably the safest bet, but it is like negative 270 on the books. So keep that in mind. Another like kind of little fun piece you could do is like Goutier by round 1 KO, and you can mix in round 2 as well, because I think he gets it done in one of those 2 rounds. Okay, moving on. This is probably to this point, it's probably going to be one of the more maybe boring fights, but you never know. Nikolai has been around. He's not very good. I mean, I think the younger up-and-comer here, Francisco Prado, should probably win a 3-round decision. That's what I'm leaning here. I think he's going to be the better striker. We'll just see, but I am leaning Prado. He is a slight favorites, and we'll see what happens with this one, but I do have him in one of my VIP slips with big money down, so we're gonna roll Prado. All right, moving on. Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori. This is a tough one for me. I would lean Allen, but it really wouldn't shock me if Vettori won this fight. Not a lot of props here I love. There's just not. This is kind of like one of the fights to avoid, but I would give a slight lead to Team Allen. I think he's Gonna try to get it down to the mat. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I would probably just kind of avoid this one in any significant, slip you set. This one right here has probably got a chance to be a 3-round war between Kyler Phillips and Vinicius Oliveira. I am definitely on team Oliveira. This guy is really good. He's a very crafty athlete, very good on his feet, got great head movement. I think his athleticism will prevent Kyler from really having more than maybe one, at the absolute most, 2 takedowns in a 3-round fight. So I just like Oliveira really on the money line. I think that's the play here. And if I had to give you a second lean, I would take the over 2.5 rounds. I think this probably does make it to a decision. Then we got Daniel Zellhuber, the up-and-comer, facing a veteran in Michael freaking Johnson. Dude's been around the block. I mean, the odds on this are just insane. This is a tough one because I don't know if he's going to finish Johnson. I hope he does, but I would kind of lean that like under 2.5, or, maybe just use Zellhuber as a parlay piece. I think that's honestly all you can pretty much do in this one, guys. But I think Daniel will win the fight. So then we got Patricio Pitbull facing Dan Ige. And I'll tell you what, man, I think Dan's going to win this fight. I think he's just at this stage of their careers. Patricio's been around, but he's only been in the UFC for a little bit. He's an older guy. I think Ige just has all the tools to win probably what will be a 3-round competitive fight. I think, he's going to try to take Dan down, but I don't think he's going to have a ton of success. Like I mentioned to you guys, I like Dan. I like his strike line a lot. I think it's a little low. So yeah, let's be on team Dan. I like the money line a lot. I think he's like a 2-1 favorite right now. So lock that in. Trusting a guy like Kevin Holland in the past has been a recipe for disaster. But I gotta say, since he's been at this new weight, 170, I gotta say he's actually looked really good against 2 pretty solid opponents. And this is just a total mismatch, guys. This is probably one of my top picks of the night. I think he's a 5-1 favorite now, but he's just better across the entire board. There's nothing that Daniel Rodriguez does that is better than what Kevin Holland can do. I like him to potentially, with his long frame at this weight class, he's won his last 2 fights by submission. I think he might get a 3rd one in a row here. I think those long arms at some point, maybe early second, middle second round. I think he's probably going to sub Daniel Rodriguez in this fight. So I would lean that. And then in the co-main event, we got Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Now, I've heard some people think that this could be a look where Paulo might kind of look vintage, where he used to be very aggressive, move forward, high volume kind of guy. It's tough to say, man. I think this should be a real competitive fight. I think it's going to be a good co-main event. Can't really give a side here. I kind of lean the dog in Costa. I think he's like a plus 150 dog. But, Kopylov's a pretty solid guy too. So I could see this fight honestly going either way. I think it's honestly one you just kind of leave out of your bet slips and just enjoy as a fight fan. And I would give you that same advice, honestly, other than a few things here, okay? Poirier versus Holloway. This is going to be in my opinion, I think it's going to be a 5-round freaking war. I think this goes to a decision. I think there's going to be a ton of significant strikes delivered on both sides. It would not shock me if both guys easily eclipse 150 significant strikes. And I really like, as a parlay piece, the over 3.5 rounds, and I like sprinkling the over 4.5 rounds. The over 4.5 is -170. So Vegas thinks this is likely. They think that this is going to be a war. If I had to give you like my winning pick, where it's like, Keith, I just want a winner, I would lean Max. He's a slight favorite. I think he's going to be highly motivated. He does not want to lose to Dustin in his last fight. He's already lost to this man twice. So I think Max is, still probably got 4 to 5 good solid years in the UFC left. This is Poirier's retirement fight. Dustin the Diamond, he's a freaking legend. It's going to be a great fight. I have no stake on picking a side here, guys. I only have strikes and I only have over round times. So you guys do what you want, but I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back to my MLB videos full-time starting Sunday or Monday. I'm on vacation right now, but I wanted to get this out for you guys. Guys, this is going to pay for itself and then some. And I gave the guarantee right here. If we don't profit on the sportsbook, DFS not included, for this VIP pass, you will get the rest of MLB season for free. No one is doing that on YouTube, boys. That's how freaking confident your boy is. So let's freaking win. That's all I got for you guys. Peace.